organized and then we'll get started. I always hop on and then diffuse before I get into it, just to wait for people to arrive. Hope everyone's having a good day so far. It's another hot one. Another hot one in the books. So sometimes I start off these lives not really know what we're gonna work on, and then as I talk and I do the tent tour, I quickly realize how much there is to do. What's up, Pro Pyro? Happy Wednesday. I'm glad you're here. Hope you're having a great day. I'm tired today, but I got a lot going on. So yesterday we pruned the tomatoes, and today they already look way bushier than they were yesterday. So, well, not way bushier, but they're already growing back crazy, which is wild to me. But yeah, got a lot going on in the garden today. A lot of flowering happening, which is really exciting. So just gonna wait for a few people to arrive and then we'll get into it. But I can't wait to show you guys what I've got growing on. Do need to water my seedlings. Thanks, Pro Pyro. There are some days where I forget that I have new seedlings, and I have a lot of thoughts on certain things, but I try to keep this as positive as possible. What's up, Nick? Thank you guys for hanging out. Happy Wednesday. I'm having a day today. So like I told you guys, in the morning, first thing I do, I come into the grow tent, I check things out, I see what's going on. Today was one of those days where I came into the grow tent and I noticed something and I started focusing on it, and then I noticed something else, and before I knew it, I don't feel like I did like a thorough check of my plants. So we're gonna do a bit of that while I do the tent tour. And I did notice something on one of my zinnia plants this morning. So the zinnias are the flowers I've been growing, and you know, I've been on high alert for mildew, and I don't know, it doesn't look exactly like powdery mildew spores, but there is like a powderiness to one of my zinnia plants, and I know that I didn't harvest seeds from a plant that had powdery mildew because it could actually be inside the cells of the plant. I'm not sure if that's true, that's just what I've read online. And so I don't know if I got a bad seed, but I don't want to throw the plant out because it's so mature and it's about, the flower's about to open. I'll show you guys in a minute, but I'm definitely going to have to give it a good spray with this guy here especially. So Lost Coast Plant Therapy is supposed to be fantastic for that, but the lights are on right now, so I can't use it. I will be using it this evening. So it says, fill sprayer first with water to avoid foaming. 7 to 21 mils per liter of water. So I'm gonna go on the stronger end of that and probably add 21 milliliters for 1 liter of water in my sprayer. And we're gonna target those leaves because those are sharing buckets with my watermelon and my cucumber, and I'm worried. powdery mildew, once you have it, it's really hard to get rid of it naturally. I'm sure something like this, I have yet to use it, but I heard it works. So hopefully I will be, hopefully I'll be able to prevent that. I don't know if it's PM. It could be something else, but I'm going to show you in a minute, and we can go through it in 1 second here. All right, so just got to do a couple more things, and then we're going to start this tent tour here. Show you guys what's new. Yeah, I'm just looking at it again. It doesn't look like powdery mildew. It looks like, I don't know what it looks like. Alright guys, let's get to it. What's up, MF Clone? Hope you guys are having a great so far. The vibes are high in the grow tent. There's just so much growing, and we're at a really great stage where I get to see oh, thank you so much. Jeff says I'm very smart. Well, I don't think I'm smart. I'm not smart. I'm just not stupid. I had to figure things out, and yeah, we're getting there. Maybe one day I'll be a pro at this, but I forget what I was saying. Oh yeah, we're at a very crucial stage right now where, you know, with a garden, you're always waiting, and then finally, when you start to see results, it's very, very exciting. When you have a garden, if you're into like instant gratification and results, then a garden is not for you. So for me, I'm so impatient. I'm very result-oriented, result-driven. I do things for the result, and this definitely taught me patience. So now I'm finally at the stage where I get to have fun with all the things I work hard to grow, and I'm very, very excited about it. All right, without further ado, I'm gonna take you guys through the tent tour. You guys are so nice. Thank you. I try my best to be humble. You know, we're all learning. We're all a work in progress. And I never want to come on here acting like I know what I'm doing, because do any of us really know what we're doing, you know? Oh no, so sorry. Jeff says they broke their ankle and they can't do anything. Well, you can watch the live. That's something. So thanks for hanging out. Thanks for choosing to watch live while you're in recovery. So what do you guys think we should start with for the tent tour today? I guess we'll start with the towers, because the are the best, and we'll save those for last. Actually, we'll start with our seedlings. So last week, or earlier this week, we germinated seeds, some pepper seeds, and they've started to sprout. We also germinated some eggplant and tomatillo seeds, but I don't see any of them sprouting yet. What's up, Mia Lifestyle? Happy hump day. We made it halfway through the week, you guys. Halfway there. We got some seedlings we might be able to transfer today. Just a couple of salad items. And so those are our new seedlings. Those are going to go in the green grow tower once they're ready. Our orange tower is just popping. We've got so much stuff. I just harvested a bunch. And I harvested all the cilantro, and it's already growing back, which is so awesome. Herbs from the grow tower are the best, because you can just harvest the more mature branches, and then they keep growing. So we've got parsley, cilantro, dinosaur kale. We're gonna start eating because it looks just so freaking wonderful. Look at that. Gonna be doing a taste test. I really want to do a taste test of the dinosaur kale, store-bought versus homegrown. I know you guys like those and they're fun to do, but I don't think it's the season right now for kale, so we'll see if I can find some dinosaur kale somewhere in the grocery store. Green onion or chives, I cut them all off and they're already growing back because I harvested them. What's up, Ray Cassis? Happy Wednesday. We've got our basils looking good. I got to clean up the algae from this tower, you guys. And then our tower tomatoes, I'm going to have to figure that out because I really need some trellis support, you guys. Look how it's formed. It's like all curved and wonky, but it is flowering despite not having nutrients, which is pretty cool. Moving along, I have to clean up yellow tower, but our parsley is coming along quite nicely. I've got a lot of it, curly and flat leaf. If you guys know what tabbouleh salad is, it's pretty much a salad that's just tons of chopped up parsley, tomatoes, bulgur, and just some lemon, some other seasoning, and it's so fresh and so good for the summer. So that's why I'm growing so much parsley, because I love that kind of salad. And then I have my green grow tower. So I think it was Sunday we transplanted all this stuff. How crazy is that? Look at that growth already. Look at, I've got regular leaf lettuce, which is coming along quite nicely and quickly for sure. And then I've got romaine lettuce there. And you guys got to check this out. Our cucumber are already getting so big. We just started them last week and got them in the tower a few days later. And now we've got just full-blown growth, which is very exciting. I've got 3 different varieties: salt and pepper cucumber, Armenian cucumber, and a variety called lemon cucumber, which is looks like a lemon, tastes like a cucumber, which is very, very cool. So I'll just show you guys, where's the one with 2 leaves? Show you guys these roots here. Look at that. Nice and clean. Coming along. Very, very cool. So our towers are doing well. I'm happy. The green tower is pretty much full. We'll have some space to fill her up. And oh my gosh, guys, the peppers. Look at this. Look at this. They can't even stay in the pot. I'm going to have to put some weight or something in there. It's a top heavy pepper plant, but we got crazy bell peppers growing, you guys. And the size is just insane. They're so big and they're so perfect looking. I'm very, very, very freaking proud. I worked so hard to get beautiful peppers that are a nice size. And look at the size of this, you guys. Look at that. It's so big. That's what she said. I'm just kidding. But yeah, got really nice sized peppers. I'm very, very proud, very excited. Got some babies coming along there. And I've got, I think this is a poblano pepper plant. I'm not sure. Looks like it could be. Thank you so much, MF Clone. Wait, I'm done yet, you guys. There's more. Look at this. I've got a jalapeno plant and it keeps growing by the day. Look at that, you guys. I'm so freaking excited. What's up, Embryonic Play? Thank you for hanging out. I'm just showing off all the fruits of my labor. Got a little baby jalapeno there. And over here is what I'm really excited about. Honestly, these grew since this morning. These are little ancho poblano peppers. They're gonna grow to, I don't know, maybe 6 to 8 inches. And then eventually they turn red. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited. And so I had my Chinese 5-color pepper plant. I had 2 of them, but one was down there. I moved it over here so that they could be together. And we have so many peppers growing. It's hard to see because there's only a couple of large ones. But we've got one little guy there, one here. I had a big one. I don't know where it went. Oh yeah, it's hiding. One in there. How beautiful are these colors, you guys? Bright purple, and then as they ripen, they start to change color. So that's very, very exciting. Very exciting. And then I have, so where did my first watermelon go? I was showing you guys. Did the flower close up? Did I lose it? Where is it? Oh, it's right. Oh, I've got a second watermelon? Okay, sorry guys. You guys, I just realized I have a second watermelon growing. All right, so this is our first sugar baby watermelon right there. It's at the base of the female flower right here. I did pollinate it. Hopefully I did it correctly. The other flowers have now opened. These are male flowers. So we are going to pollinate those. I've got my paintbrush right here. I'm just gonna do it while we're on this live. I take the pollen from the male flower and I transfer it to the female flower. Hang on, let me get you guys a shot here. Just turn this, zoom out. So I take the pollen from here and I rub it into the flower that the watermelon's attached to. However, that flower dried up. You pretty much only have like 1 day to pollinate it correctly or all is lost. And then as you can see, we've got quite a bit of pollen on that paintbrush. And then you would move it into the flower. So here, where is it? I have a second watermelon growing. I'm so happy. I just realized for the first time right now. So I'm very, very excited. That's 2 sugar babies. I've got 4 watermelon plants total. And I'll just pop the hood and show you guys how it works, right? This is all aeroponics. Nothing's in soil, everything's in water. And they sprayed periodically with, or misted periodically with water and nutrients. And look at that growth, you guys. They're doing so good. Oh my gosh, it's my first doing watermelon, so I'm just over the moon, feeling extremely proud. If you guys have been following along, my strawberries were off to a low start. But now that they're in the proper vessel, getting the proper nutrients and enough airflow and all that, check that out. It is really starting to thrive. I'm feeling quite optimistic about this. Hopefully we'll get some runners. As I said previously, I want to be able to propagate. So there's the misters. They're on right now. And look at those roots, you guys. Beautiful, beautiful roots. I feel very excited. Very, very excited. It's a good day in the grow tent, you guys. These are, if you guys are into flowers or know anything about flowers, these are dahlia flowers. I've got 2, 1 and 2. They were supposed to go outside. I was going to plant them in here, plant them in the dirt, but I actually decided to try to leave them in here. They do form tubers. So I'm curious to see how those will do in aeroponics. So this is the plant I was telling you about. I don't think it's PM, but it kind of looks like, I don't know, kind of looks something. The leaves have like, I probably shouldn't touch it because then I'm gonna go touching my other plants. But yeah, there's something on these leaves on just one plant that's kind of like a powder. So I'm gonna have to catch that quickly, spray it just in case. I don't think it's an issue, but just in case, I don't want to take any risks or chances. But we've got our 2nd or 3rd zinnia flower opening up. Well, technically our 4th, because this is gonna be our 3rd. It's slowly starting to open, but we have a bunch of these growing outside. I'm just growing them inside too, just to do some A and B testing, you know? And cucumbers, you guys. I was telling you guys about my cucumbers and how bummed out I was because I had my first cucumber growing, and then for whatever reason, I felt like it was taking all the energy from the plant because I wasn't getting any flowers. Any new flowers that were growing were drying up, and any new cucumbers that were growing were also drying up. Chasgrow says looks like PM. Okay, you said it. I'm gonna get rid of it. I'm not taking any risks. If you guys think it's PM, I'm gonna listen to you guys. I want to get rid of it then because I don't want any issues. So I'm going to plant this outside. Maybe that's what we'll do at the tail end of the live. Yeah, I'm not taking any risks. I can't that. And tonight I'm gonna have to do a good spray with my Lost Coast plant prevention, or plant therapy, or whatever it's called here. Lost Coast plant protector. I'm gonna be using this tonight. But yeah, don't want to take any risks. I'm actually gonna just get this out of the tent. Like, that's how paranoid I am. I gotta get this out of the it in its own pot outside. Again, not taking any risks. It's so hard to keep this garden perfect. I can't have that a grow tent. So gotta be super, super, super careful. Thank you, RABK6 Central. Appreciate you. Cool. All right, so I gotta fill that empty port. But yeah, man, that sucks if that's PM. I hope it's not. I hope everything else is good. Everything else looks super, super healthy. But just to be cautious, I will give it probably a little spray. And then moving on, I was telling you guys about the cucumbers. So I had a cucumber growing. I thought it was taking all the energy from my plants, which doesn't make sense because when you grow outdoors, you can grow more than one cucumber obviously per plant. People have an abundance all summer. So I increased the calcium, and with calcium, it's a funny thing. You want to use it, but you don't want to use it. So I've been very cautious with it. I decided to add some, and now look, you guys, this morning I came into yesterday, no flowers. Now look today, look at that. Flowers, 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 and cucumber. Where's another one? I've got cucumber up here. I've got a cucumber here. I've got a cucumber right there. I've got so many freaking cucumbers growing now because I increased the calcium, and that's also why I think I'm having success with my watermelon plant that's starting to flower now, because I hit it with the calcium at the right time. So I think it's all about timing and quantity. You don't want to overdo it. It's one of those things where, I don't know, a lot of people have been telling me that's the joke, like use more calcium. So I'm just trying to be mindful with it. Tomatoes is the last thing I got growing. I've got, we pruned the crap out of these yesterday, you guys, and they still don't look totally bare. We really cleaned things up. These tomato plants were all the way over here, kind of overshadowing all these pepper plants, and so I really had to cut them back and clip them along this trellis here just to keep them neat and you know, prevent any overlap and stuff with the leaves, just to have proper airflow and again, prevent things like PM. So I'm panicking a little bit. I think I caught it early enough. Yesterday it wasn't there, and I just noticed it this morning. Only been in here for a few hours, so we're gonna be super, super mindful of that. Look at my cherry tomatoes, you guys. Thank you so much, Pyramid 7. I appreciate you. Yes, I have. It's not, to be honest, some people say it's a small slice of heaven. It's a 200 square foot slice of heaven, which is not that small. I still have room in here for more plants. So I've got these gorgeous tomatoes that are ripening. Yesterday, I shot some content and did a store-bought versus homegrown because I bought these tomatoes, or a friend of mine brought these tomatoes from the States. They brought them back for me, and they were so good that I saved the seed. Well, they weren't so good. I thought they would. And then I saved the seeds. These are them now. I germinated them. These are all the plants. They're tricolor cherry tomatoes. And so yesterday, he actually brought me another container of them, and I did a taste test. The orange versus the orange, and I thought these were good until I tried mine. I literally had to, like, I couldn't even capture my reaction good or properly because, oh my gosh, so the tomato from the store was good. But I thought it was good until I tried mine, and I was like, wow, that's what I've been missing all these years. Like, I've almost become conditioned to believe that tomatoes are supposed to taste like shit. But oh my gosh, I had my tomato, and it was honestly, it was incredible. Absolutely incredible. So I'm just making sure on my Wi-Fi here, my access point looks like it fell over. But yeah, so man, it was so incredible. I am very excited. Chaz Gross says more air movement. Yes, so I have oscillating fans around the tent just to keep the air flowing. but I definitely need more. And I have the intake fans over there, and then I've got the exhaust running. I do have quite a bit of airflow, so I actually think that PM, I've read that it could be in the like cells of the plant, and if you harvest seeds from a plant that has PM, it's possible that your plant could grow with PM. So I don't know. I don't know if that's where it came from. I try to manage the humidity in here pretty well, so we'll see what happens. I'm gonna give everything a thorough spray now while everything's still good, and fingers crossed, because I'm finally getting so many cucumbers. I'd be very upset if I was getting powdery mildew, which I honestly inspect everything so thoroughly daily. I don't think I'm having any issues. You know what? I'm gonna get rid of this one too. Oh my gosh, guys, look at this plant. So I harvested my first zinnia, and this one also, the leaves are kind of, I didn't pinch it, so it only grew one main stem, and then here it's growing a little bit of a sucker, but I'm gonna get it outside. But look at that root system. Pretty cool, right? I'm gonna also get this out of the tent just because it was right next to the one that had PM. I'm gonna plant all of these outside. So yeah, guys, that kind of sucks. I hope all my other plants will be okay. And for those of you that don't know, these are zinnia flowers. These are two that I've already harvested. They've been harvested already for several weeks. This one I harvested 3.5 weeks ago, and this one I harvested 2 weeks ago, and they're still alive, which is crazy. So yeah, that is what's new right now in the grow tent. I'm going to focus on filling my buckets, or not my buckets, my grow towers. I use distilled water, and I fill them every couple days. Just gonna put this here. Oh my gosh, guys, I really hope I don't have powdery mildew. That would suck. I've been so careful. I hope it's not, but you never know. It doesn't, like, I've had enough times to know what the spores look like, and to me, it doesn't really look like spores. It just looks kind of like a powdery film. And I know sometimes things like kale or other leafy greens can have that kind of waxy, it's a waxy film on it to protect against pests and stuff. So maybe that's what it is. Maybe that particular variety of zinnias. I don't know, guys. I have no idea. All right, I'm gonna do first a little bit of calcium, and then we're gonna add in our grow. Again, with the calcium, I don't add it in all the time when I fill my towers. Like for the green and the yellow tower, I feel like a little too soon. We're very much at the seedling stage. And then for the orange tower, I mean, everything is coming along, and I think I don't think using a little bit of CaliMag will hurt them. If anything, I think it'll kind of just help everything get a little bit larger. So we'll see. I'm still learning the purpose of calcium and magnesium. I know there's like a time and place, right? Time and place for everything. Everything serves its own purpose. So how many jugs do I have? I have 5. I'm gonna fill the orange tower with 3 jugs right now, just because it requires quite a bit of water, since everything's like really growing quite a bit. And then the other stuff, the other 2 towers, I'm just gonna fill with 1 jug here now, only because that's all I have right now. I make distilled water for my systems, and I just have 1 distiller, and the output is 4 liters every 3 hours. So I filled my buckets yesterday with 20 liters of water. I'll have to fill them again in a few days. So in the interim, we're going to use water that we have to fill the grow towers. So when it comes to nutrients, as you guys know, I always add in the calcium first. Calcium precedes anything to prevent nutrient lockout, unless you're using some other stuff. I know there's some stuff that goes before calcium, but that's all I use is calcium and grow. So where's my grow? This is the grow, the 7410 General Hydroponic Floranova line. Represent. Thank you, GH, for the sweet shirt. But yeah, I've only been using General Hydroponics up until now, and it's been great. So I'm adding in 15 liters of water, and you want to do 1 milliliter per liter of the calcium. Yes, I'm using measuring spoons. Yes, I need to get a proper way to add in my nutrients, but whatever, man, it's good enough. My plants are fine. For now. When I try to maximize or optimize things, then I'll do it properly. I promise. So yesterday I did a bunch of cleanup after we pruned. There was so much cleanup to do. I had, like, you know, just leaves everywhere, flower buds everywhere. Had to play a little, not Tetris, but shuffling things around in the buckets just to make sure that everything, is spaced out properly. Again, proper airflow. But damn, I'm so preoccupied about that powdery mildew crap. But even tomatoes are like super susceptible to it, and I don't see anything on tomatoes. So I think we're still okay. I'm hopeful that I caught it early enough that nothing will happen to my plants. So calcium I added in, and then I let it circulate for a little while. Actually, usually before anything, I add in hydrogen peroxide. I added in very small amounts. It's supposed to help with the root health, giving the roots more oxygen. But I'm not going to do it right now. I'm going to do it the next time I fill. Sometimes I omit it. Alright, so we've got our calcium in. We're going to let that circulate for like 15 minutes, and then we're going to move on to adding in the grow, but I'm already going to prepare the grow now. Same thing, I'm probably going to add in, maybe I'll add in 1.5 milliliters per liter, because we're past the early growth stage. So, where is my, right here. Hope you guys are having a great day today. Yeah, we did quite a bit yesterday. Yesterday was a good live. We got a lot done. I cleaned up all my bucket tops, made sure everything is just as clean as can be. And that's the most important part, guys, is cleanliness in an indoor garden. You don't need to pH your feed water. So normally I do. However, there is already a bit of water and nutrients in the tower. So checking the pH of this is going to defeat the purpose. And some reason with the General Hydroponics, my pH is never off. I don't know why, it just never is. So I usually let the calcium circulate, and then I add in my grow. I let that circulate, and then I check the pH in the tower. So it might not be the right way. I know most growers prepare their solution, check the pH of that, and then add it into their reservoir. Like they mix it in and check the pH prior. So, I don't know, I'm probably doing it wrong. So opportunity for a better way to do it for sure. So thank you, Chaz Grows. But yes, I should be doing that. That is the proper way. Checking your pH of your nutrient solution that you've already mixed prior to getting it in your system. Otherwise, you check it after and it's a little bit backwards, because if you messed up, you've got to start messing with the pH up and down stuff, and you know. But we're all learning here, you guys, so every day I'm learning a little more. But yes, absolutely, I should be doing it that way. So what am I adding in now? I'm adding 20 or 16. Sorry. Yeah, I don't know why. Every time I check my pH, it's like pretty perfect. So I don't know if it's like the nutrients or something else that I'm doing. Also, when it comes to herbs and lettuce, you guys, you could just grow it in water and it would be fine. I know a lot of people actually that grow hydroponic lettuce with no nutrients, just water. Probably tastes like shit though. Gotta add some nutrients in, you know? Give it some flavor. So we're gonna just add that in a few minutes. And yeah, I gotta add some into the other grow towers, which I might not do right away actually. I might wait till I have some more water because I would like to add some hydrogen peroxide as well. Yeah, I just dilute my hydrogen peroxide to 3% and then I add it in really, really small amounts. General hydroponic adds stuff to their nutrients to stabilize the pH. Okay, well, that's probably why then. Because every time, so I started off by doing it like Chaz Gross suggested, by checking every time. And every time it was perfect. So I'm like, you know what, as long as I'm doing this, doing this amount or whatever, I don't need to check it. Like I told you guys, sometimes I take shortcuts. I'm a shortcut gal, so this is my shortcut. Don't check the pH until later. And you know what? Who even needs to check pH anyways? I also have a ppm meter, which I do check. I check my EC, but I'm still trying to learn that. I don't really understand what it means. Like I understand parts per million and I understand the certain level that you should be at which growth stage, but I still got too much other stuff to learn, so one thing at a time. What G for T? Thank you for hanging out. Thank you guys so much for hanging out with me. I appreciate it. We made it halfway through the week. That's because I'm short. Yes, exactly. Now you really get me. Short people take shortcuts. That's just the way life goes, you guys. You have to. You have to. No, I'm kidding. This garden has taught me to not try to circumvent things and just face things head on and do things the right way. Sometimes, yes, it takes me more time, but it's for the better of the plants, you know? I just can't get over my cucumber plant. I can't believe I've got like 3-4 more cucumbers growing. I can't wait. And as we just recently discovered, I've got my second watermelon growing now, so it's gonna be a good summer, you guys. Strawberries, watermelon, cucumber, all the fresh stuff. I just posted a short this morning. I had pulled pork. A pork shoulder was in the smoker this weekend for several hours, and it was so freaking good. And I just harvested a bunch of my herbs from the tower, made a nice pulled pork sandwich, topped it with all my herbs. Oh man, it was so good. Pineapple, corn salsa. Oh my gosh, you guys, it was so good. If you guys haven't watched the video, go check it out. You guys care. But it was so freaking good. It was so good. The pork smoked for like, I don't know, several hours, and it had been marinating for like 24 hours already, and prior to that it was in a brine. And anyways, it was a great meal, and the herbs that I do in the tower really elevated it. We did cilantro, parsley, and some chives. So yeah, the herbs from the grow tower are just such a game changer. And they really enhance the flavor of your meals. Even in like a burger or something, just to have some fresh herbs to give it that fresh flavor, especially in the summer. So freaking good. What else is new? So this weekend, we're gonna focus on the second bucket system. That is the plan for Saturday and Sunday. We are going to make sure all the lines are clean, everything's good to go. There's a few checks and balances that need to be completed before I can set up the system, and then we are off to the races with more plants. I germinated like another 30 bell pepper plants, and they're all starting to sprout. I'm actually going to grab my seedlings to see if anything is ready to transfer. Yeah, we did a lot. We did a lot yesterday. Yesterday's live was long, but I got a lot, so I'm happy. All right, I got some stuff here that we can move. So I'm gonna go grab some foam collars, and I'm gonna show you guys. I'm gonna flip you around, show you guys what's up. So I got this little guy. I think I'll be able to move them, and then those two and these little square sponges here, and then we'll see about those. I'm not sure yet. Oh man, I'm just so excited. I'm so excited. I can't wait. And oh, I wish I could share my tomatoes with you guys through the camera. Oh, and I also forgot to show you guys, now that I pruned yesterday, we've got so many new flower clusters. Like literally overnight, a lot of new tomatoes growing, which is pretty freaking exciting. There's a lot going here, a lot growing here, I mean. So yeah, it's gonna be good. But no PM, I don't see any. So hopefully we're in the clear, you guys, but I am a little nervous. Do a little inspection, you know? I hope everything's okay. Once you have PM, it's just a bitch to get rid of. There are so many things you could spray on your plants and do, but I try not to spray. All right, let me get one color here. White. PM just adds flavor though. It does. It gives it that nice powdery flavor. Just like a powdered donut. I don't think it's PM, but I got rid of the plant right away. Last night when I was checking things, everything was fine. And then today it wasn't fine. The plant still looks okay. It doesn't have, PM is like these round spores, these like powdery spores that appear on your plant. And I've had it times outside too, to know what it looks like. So I don't think it's PM, but again, you never know. You guys probably have more experience spotting it than I do, because you guys have probably been growing for much longer. So yeah, guys, as I've been telling you, I've been on a couple of years now of doing this. It's going to be 2 years since I started this whole journey. I was going to call it a project, but it's more ongoing than just a project. But yeah, it's been a journey. Oh no, I just broke the root. I'm gonna put it in the foam collar. Sometimes I just put stuff in the foam collar anyways, even if I broke the root, just to see if it'll just grow back. I'm gonna get that. I still have to try my idea, you guys. I have an idea to try to sprout the seed so that it never has to leave its vessel. So all this crap that I'm doing now is will be omitted from the process. Trying to come up with an easier way. All right, we're just breaking roots, but it's okay because I got a whole lot more where that can. So, all right, we're just gonna try to transfer these. Like I got this little one here, totally broke the root, but it'll be fine. I'm confident it will survive. Yeah, I can't believe I've been doing this for only 2 years. It feels like this is where I'm meant to be. This is like what I should have been doing my whole life, honestly. I love it. Can't get enough. I'm addicted. ProPyro says, let's go, folks. Smash that like to appreciate the hard work. Yeah, guys. I'm not working for nothing here. Smash the like button. Jay says, yeah, smash it on hump day, folks. Exactly, guys. I just appreciate you guys hanging out. So thank you. It honestly makes it fun. It makes tent work fun. I get a whole community to hang out with, exchange ideas with, learn from. Like, it's so, I feel so lucky. So thank you. I'm very fortunate for my garden, fortunate for you guys. Thank you so much for hanging out. All right, so we've got a few little seedlings transferred. I'm gonna get them into the green tower. Take you guys with me. I'm going a little walk to the green tower. And just got a couple empty plant pots down here. I don't know if you guys can see that. I'm just gonna get these in. See, that's the thing, is like, speaking of shortcuts, you don't realize how important it is to not take shortcuts until you start growing your own food. Then you realize real quick, because the goal is to get good, legitimate food that tastes good, that's a good size. Like, there's so many things that go into it, right? Oh, I got another one that's ready. Jay says, do I prefer the neoprene or sponge pucks? Oh, neoprene all the way. The sponges I use for germinating, and the neoprene collars I use rather than a grow medium. That grow medium. I started off by using hydroclay, like the clay pebbles, and I didn't love it because it does cause debris in my system. And so I've been using the foam collars, and they've been amazing. I love them. I gotta find another foam collar here. So yeah, I used to use hydroclay. I still do for certain things. Like my tomatoes right now are in hydroclay. So there we go. This little baby goes in the collar. And then roots can just grow freely, and they love it. They get nice oxygen, nutrient uptake. There's nothing impeding its growth. All right, so now we've got a bit of cleanup. That's those sponges to clean. And I'm gonna get this in the green tower, put this back under the sprouting tray. I don't know if these are gonna all sprout or not, we'll see. Put them back. ProPyro says, I just realized something. I believe you said seedlings with with almost no root rot or root can make in the tower. What if you add a small length of sponge Yes, that's what I've been doing. So when I show you guys that I take the sponge with the seedling, like I rip out a part of the sponge so that it can kind of stick out of the bottom, and then that gets enough to wet the seedling. So now my idea is, this is what I want to do, because there's too many steps involved and I need to figure out how to pop the seed, put it in the shower, and that's it, hands off. So here's what I want to do. Take like a little corner of paper towel, right? Wet it. Actually, we should do this. We're going to do this right now. Hang on. Let me get this set up. I'm going to show you guys my idea. I'm just going to get this in the green tower and then I'm going to show you. Alright, I need a foam collar. I'm going to get a foam collar. Alright, this is going to be an experiment, okay? Because I need to find a way to simplify the process. After all the feedback I've been getting, people are like, what are you doing? You are complicating things, which that I'm really good at that. I'm really, really good at complicating things. But yeah, a lot of people are like, what the fuck are you doing? So I need to figure out a way to simplify the process, right? So right now the process is I've got the foam sponges, right? I don't know, I just put them away and now I've got these foam sponges, right? I pop the seed in them, I germinate it. Once it grows, then you guys just saw, I transfer it to the foam collar, put it in the net pot, put it in the tower, and that whole process of using the tweezers to remove a seedling from where it germinated or from where it sprouted to get it into its forever home just feels like unnecessary. It feels like I'm complicating things. A lot of people are like, why don't you just put the sponge in the net pot? And the thing is, the sponge, it holds so much moisture that then you get algae, you get bacteria. I've had mold growth before. So my idea is take a little piece of paper towel, so maybe like half of that. I'm gonna go grab a seed, be right back. Now, I'm going to try this with a bit of a larger seed just to start because I want to see how it works. My challenge is usually with the smaller ones. Actually, maybe we'll try it with a couple. Let me get another foam collar. So I'm kind of going to be mixing a little bit of the two methods. It's going to be like a hybrid between the paper towel method and just putting it in the sponge. All right, so honey, I've been wanting to germinate, so I'm going to try honeydew seed first, which I think I already germinated. But, all right, so I'm going to actually flip you guys around and show you. Here's my idea. So in that little spray bottle that I use to water my seedlings, there's a little bit of 3% hydrogen peroxide and a little bit of fertilizer, the 7,4,10, the Grow. So what I want to do is like dampen this paper towel. Well, it's a little more than damp now. Kind of just fold it. I don't even need that much. Let me just... just gonna fold it, put it in the foam collar like this, and then put that in the tower. and just spot water it when needed like this. And see if it will germinate, right? It's got the lighting schedule, it's got the heat from the lights. Let's see what happens. So we got that one. We're gonna try it with a smaller seed too, and we're gonna put it in like an isolated area so that we can keep an eye on it. Let's try a smaller seed. Let's try, what do we want to try? I'm looking for a really small seed just to do a comparison, like maybe thyme or oregano. Oh, let's do some tarragon. I'm trying to grow some tarragon. Let's try tarragon. That paper can get infected really easy. I would prefer a sponge. Yes, you are correct. It could. So what we could do as an additional step is add a little bit of cinnamon, and that'll prevent the mold growth. But I just want to try it. The paper could break down in my system, so I don't know how that'll work, but it's just something I've had in my mind that I've been wanting to try. So we're going to try. Just if it doesn't work, then at least I can put it out of my mind and say it didn't work. So I've got these tarragon seeds are so tiny. Literally have to like wipe it. They're so small. All right, I've got one little tarragon seed there. Oh, the paper has chlorine. Good point. Yes, it is bleached. So that is a great thing to consider. I'm just going to rip half off because I don't even need all that. I just need like the littlest amount just to kind of act as a method to hold the seed into the foam collar. So I know it's probably ridiculous and you guys are like, what are you doing? But I just want to try it. I just want to try it. I'm going to put that seed right in there, close that up, and let's see. I'm going to put them in an isolated area of the tower just to see. And then if it works, then I can figure out maybe there's like a small sheet of sponge that I can do this in, right? Something that's like thin like towel, but more sponge-like. So there's different ways of trying it. We're going to try a couple of different things, but I definitely have to figure out how to eliminate a step from the process because it's just ridiculous, you guys. So we're going to keep an eye on these two. We're going to see what happens. Might not work. It might work. We'll see. That's what it's all about, you guys. Experimenting. So it's been enough time now. I'm actually going to add the nutrients in my orange tower. Some use the wicking string. Oh, cool. Yeah, there's so many things I could try. It's all about doing it, right? And trying it. So that's the goal here. Try a bunch of different things and simplify things, automate things, anything so that I can focus more on like pruning, cleaning, starting more seeds, all that stuff, right? The more I free myself up, the more time I'll have to properly care for my plants. And a lot of people see it as the opposite, right? They want to be able to connect with their plants, and don't get me wrong, I still connect with my plants, but eliminating a step from the process will definitely give me more time to connect with my plants on a different level. All right, so seeds, done with that. We're gonna see how that does. I will keep you posted. It could be the dumbest idea. You guys are probably like, what is she doing? But if it works, that'd be pretty cool. Okay, so let's fill up the rest of the nutrients in the tower, and then that's it, you guys. I do want to show you the outdoor. I do want to give you guys an outdoor update at some point. Outdoor garden is just flowers, no food though. All right, we're gonna finish off this live with an outdoor update. I'm gonna fill the last jug of water in the orange tower, and then we're gonna end it outside. So right now I'm having my separate challenges outside. I've got earwigs eating all my leaves, eating all my crap. So I'm gonna have to use something. I have to look up if Lost Coast Plant Protector is like natural or if it's gonna harm the pollinators. I'd rather just deal with the earwigs and flick them off manually at a time than spray something and harm any of the pollinators because they're so important. All right, I am going to shut the camera off for a second and we're gonna go outside. I'm gonna show you guys my outdoor garden. So be mindful, I gave my plants a head start inside the aeroponic system so that we can maximize the summer season. All right, guys, outside. This is the outdoor garden. As I told you guys, my celosia flower. So this whole side is supposed to be celosia flowers, but I started them in the tower. They're taking so long, so all sprouting. These grow so fast. So that's all going to be celosia. They're like feathers. These are all of our zinnias. I didn't do any spacing this time. I don't care. I just planted everything everywhere. So we've got some buds. These are gonna bloom this week, which is pretty exciting. As you can see here, buds. So pretty far along already. Last year, I wasn't getting flowers until like end of July. So this is exciting. We're ahead of the game, which was the goal. Not as ahead as I'd like to be. Anybody else peel their leaves apart just to look at what's growing? So yeah, guys, see what the earwigs are doing? Look at this. And then they hide like in the leaves and they just kind of stay there. So got to deal with that. And then these are our dahlia plants. It is very hot outside, so they're kind of looking all wilty. But look at this. This is all earwigs. So I'm not too concerned. They're just like kind of the first leaves and stuff. We're just gonna give them a good spray and hopefully they'll be fine. But yeah, guys, that is it. That is the outdoor garden. Jay says, do I ever use silica? No, I've never used silica. I don't know what it's good for or what you should use it for, but yeah, oh my gosh, it's so freaking hot out. So yeah, guys, that's the outdoor garden. It's looking pretty good so far. I'm pretty proud. And then I've got obviously chicken wire all around to protect it. Yeah, so it does look good. They've been through a rough couple of days because of the heat and then just combating earwigs. But yeah, if I start to look closer, I'll probably find a bunch of earwigs in here. I just try to shake the plants off. And do I know about straw covering the outdoor garden? No. Straw covering the outdoor garden, dark soil. I do not. But yeah, guys, that is the outdoor garden. So hopefully we've got some blooms coming soon, and I'm excited to keep you guys posted. I'm looking forward to it. We're gonna get those 2 plants that had powdery mildew. I might just spray them and isolate them in a pot and then eventually plant them in here, but that's it, you guys. So I'm just gonna end things off here. I'm gonna go in the shade because it's hot. But now that I've been outside, it's a process before I can go back into my grow tent. So thank you guys so much for hanging out. I appreciate you guys. It was a fun live. I will be back tomorrow at the same time. And if you haven't already, please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And I hope you guys have a great rest of your day. Thank you so much for hanging out. I appreciate you guys, and we'll see you tomorrow. Bye, guys. Have a great day.